You should probably get some sleep.
So should you.
How are your hands after that scraping?
That don't even hurt. You ever think about holding him? Sometimes.
Yeah.
Can you tell me what you think?
Well, Mike was about 3 to 4 months, I came here to visit, you know, and I held him. So cute, looking up at me, smiling, you know, warm and strong. He was turning his neck around, trying to look at everything, you know, trying to focus his eyes. It's the most fragile thing I ever held, you know. So small. I mean, our baby would have been smaller than that. Yeah, sometimes I imagine that frailty and warmth, and but even tinier, you know, with dark hair, dimples.
You wish. You know what I think about? I think about, putting him in that little outfit that I bought for him. And you and me bringing him home from the hospital. Because you know I didn't do that with Michael.
Yeah.
He was like 2 months old before I ever touched him. And I think sometimes I wonder if deep down he remembers or he knows and he feels like I don't want him.
Michael knows how much you love him.
I was depressed, you know. Call it postpartum depression. I was. Nobody believes that. You know, people think I'm just so selfish that I'd rather lay on a beach somewhere reading a magazine than be with my own baby, but I never made it to the beach. I rented one of those tacky, cheesy singles, you know, little apartment rental things. And I just laid in bed, and I missed my baby so much. My arms, I ached to hold him, you know. When I finally came back, I saw Jason hold him, and I would scream at myself in my head, you know, do it, pick him up. But I finally held him because Bobby put him in my arms. He was perfect. He was so perfect. And it was, I swear, he knew me. It's like he was waiting, you know? But I wasn't gonna make our baby wait. I was gonna pick him up, I was gonna hold him. And I was gonna tell him that I loved him. From the minute he was born. And I would've. I know.
I know, too.
Think of things, other things, you know, besides holding him?
Sometimes.
Like what? You probably imagine his christening rite, having him baptized in front of a church full of people.
Nothing that fancy.
Well, what then? What do you think about? Tell me. What?
I don't know. I mean, you know, sometimes
Come on.
I would like to give him a bath. You know, watch him relax in the water, checking out his toes and fingers. Then diaper him. Well, maybe not diaper him. Get him dressed, you know. Put on one of those hats you bought so his head wouldn't get cold. And then you can feed him. That would have been nice, you know. Watching you nurse. And if the day wasn't too hot, we could take him and Michael to the park. We could spread a blanket on the grass. We could look up at the sky while we played dump trucks with his brother. And then maybe we can bring along some stuffed animals so he could reach out for him, you know, and watch while he learned to lift his head up and roll over. And then we'd hold her hand. Hold our hands out to him, you know. And he'd grab them with his little fingers, and we'd look at each other like a couple of idiots saying how strong he was, how perfect. And then he'd look at us and he'd know that he didn't have to be afraid because his mom and dad were there. And